So, hello everyone. As always, welcome to Ludo History. I'm Adam, your friendly neighborhood historian, and we're back with Steelrising, which is graciously described as the French Revolution, but Louis XVI as a robot army. Last time we met a bunch of historical figures. Let's see, we met Julie Raymond, Marie Antoinette, Gabriel de Polignac, I think I already mentioned Lafayette, but Lafayette again, he's important, the Abbé Gregoire, and we are attempting to rescue Monseigneur de la Fare, the Bishop of Nancy, who may or may not have been turned into a robot. And to celebrate starting us off, Wolfie has gifted us 10 Tier 1 subscriptions. So, to everyone who has gifted those, thank you. If you want to be in the pool for those, do make sure you follow the channel, because I think it prioritizes followers on giving out random subs. So, if you want to be notified of when our streams happen, it is 3 times a week, but if you follow, you get notified every single time. And if you really like it, you can join the sub train and get access to the best emotes on Twitch. They're all medieval marginalia. They're fabulous. And without further ado, let's get into it. Yeah? Yeah. Speaking of, we now need to, having gotten into it, we now need to get back out of it for our marginalia moment. To shell out all the information about these, while it is loading and therefore my everything is struggling. Loading. There we go. We're back. All of our emotes are actual manuscript art. Flood the screen. Give them to us. Curated for your pleasure and memory from actual historical art, primarily kept in European universities, because guess who colonized all the manuscripts, but representing art from all over the world. We have everything from early medieval Irish to medieval, I think it's like 14th century Malaysian to 19th century Ethiopian art represented in our marginalia, so we have a truly global selection for your enjoyment. That you get, as a follower, access to 5 emotes and additional 14 as a subscriber to the channel, with a few more at higher levels of subscription. So, that shilling has been our marginalia moment. Let's get back into it. And thank you, Velith, for the 500 bits. That puts you pretty close to unlocking emotes too, because cheering bits is another way to unlock some of those emotes. Alright. How we doing? Frame rate, are you holding? You are holding. Fantastic. Oh heck, that's a Doom doggo. Ow, I thought I had shielded. Well, that went kind of well. So we are no longer in emote only mode. Good. Hooray! And now we are in the Ile de la Cite. Tadness, interesting looking character on flag. Correct. This is Aegis. She rules. She is an automaton created by Eugène Vaucanson, who is a fictional character for his daughter, and seemingly visually inspired by his daughter, which I'm sure has no implications whatsoever. Not even slightly. No implications to be had here. But we have incredible fashion. Aegis like the mythical shield, yes. And by the way, this combat is incredibly fun. Except that I am bad at it. Except that I am bad at it. It is incredibly fun. Also, I feel like I may have gone a direction I didn't necessarily need to go. Maybe I did. Maybe this is the way I was supposed to go. It's hard to tell. Level design is confusing. And I am bad at it. Oh well. Athenai. The daughter's name was Athenai. So you know, her dancer is Aegis, which just makes sense. I think that's called just making sense. So when will we get to see the Bastille? Great question. Probably not too far away, because I can't imagine doing a French Revolution game without the storming of the Bastille. Like, that's just insanity. You would never do that. You know, what did I do? Did I go over a wall I wasn't supposed to go over? I feel like I went over a wall I wasn't necessarily supposed to go over, because... Oh yeah. I super did, because... This just drops me back here, which is a terrifying place to be. Oh, but no, that puts me back here as well. What am I doing? Where am I going? I am lost. This is the way I came in from, isn't it? Yeah, that's the place I came in from. I have gotten myself very much turned around. It has been a week. I don't remember where anything is. You'll have to bear with me. Because that's where I came from. That's like really where I came from. Came over here. Oh no, I must have gone through the place de far. And then back around. Don't know. I think I did jump over a wall I was not supposed to jump over. So. I have to like redo some work. Oh yeah, because this is where we fought the boss. Yep, I 100% went through a place I was not supposed to go through. And then we went. But yes, this game is very Souls-like, though its mechanical changes from the Souls-like formula are changes that I really, really like. Like, I think it has some very, very good additions to that formula. Most notably, the fact that as we, Ow. Don't be like this. Ow, I was blocking. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. But yeah, it has a mechanic it calls rapid cooling, which is just one of the best changes to stamina I've seen in one of these games. Right? That's this big mechanical innovation. Ow. Don't parry me. No. No. Stop it. Stop it. So, when you run out of stamina, you're able to regain a bunch very quickly by hitting a button at the right time. Messing up, doing it too early, actually causes a lot of bad news, but... Oh. You just parried me. Ow. Stop it. Hello, Magistressa. It's 3:30, you finished work at 2 but haven't had lunch yet. You know, that is familiar. That is me all the time. Don't worry about it. When I get home from, like, my actual day job, I'm just, like, done for the day. And it takes me a while to get... Ow. Ow. It takes me a hot second to get going. That didn't hit me? How did you not hit me, sir? Sitting down to some kimchi egg rice. Ooh, that sounds fun. Ow! I dodged that. At least thought I had dodged that. I think it's the same thing. Whew. Kaboom. 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 Thank you. And goodbye. Your still fire went out. Well, that's not good. Please don't die from gas inhalation. Thank you. Yes. Gassing yourself is usually regarded as a bad idea. But just think, at least it could be in this period where if you had any gas at all, it was horrifyingly toxic. Because God, we'd be using mostly kerosene in this period as our go-to. I mean, you might actually conveniently, there's a street lamp here that lets us demonstrate. This street lamp is actually run by candle, which is more common, but this would be right around, I believe, when we're starting to get kerosene being commercially viable to use in street lamps. But like this one is actually a candle, and so you put the candle in it, and there's actually a pulley system that lets you raise and lower it to change out the candle when it burns out, like it does every night. This revolution looks to have killed everybody. At least the robots have killed everybody. I'm not sure about the revolution, but definitely the robots. Hey look, another memory from Monseigneur de la Part and Abbé Gregoire. Oh, that's... yeah. Also, they're English. I don't know why. Oh, hi, Snow. But why robots? To headness. Why not robots? See, you're asking the wrong questions.
To the clerk's office at the Châtelet.
Well, that's not ominous. Nothing about this at all is ominous. Bible. Thank you, Bible. Also a French horn. We're just going to ignore the fact that yes, there's a Bible. But there also appears to be a cello, two bookcases, well, two shelf somethings, I don't remember what the name is, a bunch of newspapers, a French horn, and whatever that little book is. We're just not going to acknowledge that? Poor cello. Poor cello. But yes, there was a question of what's Whoopsie doing. In this period, I think not much of anything. Right, we're in 89. So he's...
No, and I thought I was safe. will never end.
He's not doing a lot in these first stages. It'll be more later that he will become the head question mark of the revolutionary state. But right now, right, the main military actor is Lafayette. Hooray, that lets us level up. Also getting occultism / alchemy vibes from the circles on a coffin thing. Kyra, that is a good thing to be getting, because that is correct. Like, that's just correct. You should be getting that, because that's, like, what the primary thing is. Cagliostro, who we saw. Right, we saw Le Comte Cagliostro, in that cutscene, who is a historical figure, who then rapidly gets blown out of proportion, but he is very much an Italian-French occultist. And to head this,
not afraid.
we created most of her design
I intend
in...
to put an end to it.
And now comes the time when the wolves are at each other's
we
throats.
created, like, base palette during the character creation at the beginning of the
I
game.
will not hurt you. You can
But
believe me.
lots of her outfit, weaponry, etc.
I'm afraid
is
it's too late, madame. Those whose bodies are strewn about this square paid the ultimate price for their blind trust. Like me, they
is
believed in
customizable with different outfits.
In the National Guard, and they were urged
Ooh.
to join. They believed in the Marquis de Lafayette, who was to lead them to victory.
Ooh.
They waited in vain for their savior. Look at them now. See what has become of their
Oh, look at that.
beautiful illusions.
The National Guard. The response to the assembly.
How did they die?
Steel and fire, madame. We didn't stand a chance. And our wretched commanders must have known it. They saw what that gigantic automat was capable of, yet they let him cross the bridge and didn't sound the retreat. The only reason I'm still alive is that I'm a spineless coward. I couldn't help
He's
myself.
also English,
My
so...
legs carried me here, where I hid, motionless, and it was from here that I witnessed the massacre. That creature, a parody of a cardinal, nothing could stop it. Soldiers and volunteers alike were mown down like sheaves of wheat.
Keep talking.
The automat. Does it have any
I must gather
weaknesses?
information.
I don't know. My comrades attacked the sphere that supported it. In retrospect, they probably should have tried a different strategy. They should have aimed higher, perhaps. Its head? If you could call it a head. There's no way of knowing.
I will go and find it.
À votre guise, madame. My prayers go with you, even if I don't think you stand much of a chance.
Yeah, that's fair.
I will go and find it.
Okay.
À votre...
Okay. Let's take a look at equipment. Our hat is improvement on the top hat that is in fashion among the prosperous craftsmen and commoners in Paris. We actually get a pretty good look at it. The citizen's top hat. Definitely not the best armor I have ever seen, but it does have a lot of flame resistance, which is useful for right now. So we'll stick with it. But yeah, we can also customize most aspects of our outfit. Like, we're just extremely fashionable right now, across the board. Monsieur, the Marquis is at his worst, and there's every reason to believe his hours are numbered. Would you be willing to come to Arentoy? I have no idea how to pronounce that. I don't know how to pronounce that at all. I missed her last night. We both know he has not always been a good Christian, but he fears for his immortal soul and promises to repent. I, his valet, are all he has left. I probably will not let him expire in such terrible isolation. I remain, Monsignor, your humble servant, H. Fantastic. The gallows? Peculiar. Okay, so much for that, so much for that. I guess up this way into the... the boss arena. Actually, you know what? For men's hats, that's actually pretty good. It's popping up as a quote-unquote Patriot Beaver hat whenever I look it up. Amazing. I love that. Who's ready for a boss fight? Against the Cardinal. We're not a coward. Let's go. That was medieval. That was not a print Bible. Ow. Heck. He threw the book at us! How dare you? Wow, that didn't even hit. Boom. Ow. Yeah, I probably deserve that. Well, that was a good first try. Ow. Come on, get this dagger. Yeah, there we go. Uh-oh, he's got spinny wheels. No thanks. Anything but the spinny wheels. Oh, stop it. Oh, the spinny wheels. Literally anything except these dumb spinny wheels. Please, stop it. Could you please stop it. There we go. That should be a big hit. And there's the freeze. Uh-oh. This is phase 3. Also, I think you are correct, chat, when you say that this is the Palais de Justice. Huh. Ow. Oh, that was bad. Stop it. Nate. Could you not? Could you stop it? Stop it. You're making this difficult. See? You're making it difficult. There we go. Not even hard. Ooh, we got a shiny. And we beat a Titan. And having done that, we rescue. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray to us, pray for us sinners.
Calm,
Something.
Monseigneur. You are safe now.
And hey, he survives this.
This dream. This nightmare.
This is a historical figure, chat. Monsignor Lafar, the Bishop of Nancy, survives this. He lives into the 1820s, though he is a bit
What
more.
nightmare, Monseigneur?
He is the original overseer of the National Assembly that Louis XVI calls.
There was so much anger.
And so he is involved in the very early stages of the revolution, and that's it.
A year? Fire! There were flames everywhere! And death! The suffering I was forced to inflict! Oh Lord, what have I done? Is this the hell that awaits our immortal souls once our time on this earth has ended? If this is true, then how are we to go on living with nothing to hope for?
Republican Marie Antoinette says, let the people have cake. Yes.
How were you captured, Monseigneur?
I was with Abbé Grégoire in Place Dauphine. We'd gone to speak with the volunteers of the Garde Nationale. We implored them not to take up arms against the king's machines. Alas, they refused to heed our words, and we had to leave in great haste. After that, mon Dieu, I can't remember a thing. Those poor people. These automats were truly made in the mold of their master. Ruthless. To think, for just one simple reproach against the court, the king cast
Well, if he wasn't a revolutionary in historical reality, he is now. Congratulations. But Wolfie, I will say, right, the voice acting is actually quite good. Even though they have English voice actors.
This man is utterly irreplaceable.
He has devoted himself, body and soul, to the mission I entrusted to him. Investigating the
They're
king's
doing a very good job.
in particular, the man who enabled him to create this ungodly army. But, mon Dieu, the notes!
What notes, Monseigneur?
The notes the abbot placed in my safekeeping. Those heretics took them.
I know where the documents can be found. I must go to the Châtelet prison.
What shall I do? Where will I be safe?
Go and join the abbot at the Société des Amis des Noirs. The way is clear for now, but you must go quickly. More automats will be here soon.
Aegis is now equipped with a bishop's hook. With this tool, she can grapple up to previously unreachable heights. Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Hell yeah. I mean, we love that. 10 out of 10, game of the year, it has a grappling hook. Is that a new weapon? Oh, please tell me that's a new weapon. That is hysterical. Oh, I need to see what this does. Truly flawless. That is amazing. God mace. I wish I had a way to make them just speak French, AC. I agree with you. But sadly, I have no way to make them just speak French. Nope. That's chunky gun mace. Yeah, I mean, in the distance means next door. Right. I mean, we get the Palais de Justice. And then next door, we have Notre Dame. Oh, struggling. And check their modules. Stable charging module, meh. We've actually got quite a few things here, don't we? Plus 50 is actually a lot of armor. There we go. Well, that was not what I wanted to do. That's fine, though. We killed it. The entire automaton army versus one very determined and stylish automat. Exactly. We killed it.
Monsieur, I vanquished the creature
We killed
that
it.
wiped out the National Guard.
Oh, so single-handed. You've done what an entire battalion was unable to do.
For
Yeah,
now,
well.
I urge you to stay in your hiding place. It's not safe out here yet.
Oh, don't you worry about that. You won't see little Francois out on the streets anytime soon.
Uh-huh.
A hero. Can you imagine?
We shall make the French Revolution happen. On track, like it is supposed to. by virtue of stuff.
The Châtelet prison is at the other end of the Pont au Change. This grappling hook will be very useful.
Whee! Oh, that is so fun. Oh, that feels great. Oh, that feels incredible. Actually perfect. When Aegis fires, the bishops look at an enemy. Hey! They take a lot of fulmination damage. Holy moly. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage.
We've got to get out of here quickly. We're in grave danger. These machines have neither heart nor mind. No mercy can be expected from them.
And where do you hope to find refuge, mon cher voisin? The enemy is everywhere, and they take no prisoners.
Uh-huh. I just want to talk. Hello. How many does that actually use? Not too bad. Ow. Kaboo. Yeah, that's fun. That's extremely fun. Yeah, there's a lot. Alright, Jay Pasco, and to Headness. Get good rest, my friends.
My enfin, you saw the Pont Neuf collapse into the Seine just as
Farewell, good night.
Ah, sir, that was a spectacle I won't soon forget. To tell you the truth, I'm very happy I managed to escape with my life.
Vous ne comprenez pas. If the Automates aim to cut off Ile de la Cité from the rest of the city, the bridge we're standing on will soon suffer the same fate.
Why would they deprive themselves of a means of retreat?
Uh-huh.
If they really intend to do as you claim, why would they have to put up barricades to prohibit access to the Châtelet from this bridge?
I hope you're right, Monsieur Janvier. I hope you're right.
Good job, team. Good job. Oh, heck. Ow. Let's do that instead. Wolfie, I think that is a good call. I think you also need sleep. And we are also just hanging out here, so like, we're having a nice chill stream, so you're not going to miss any hard-hitting stuff. Just a very, very fun game. But please do get rest, get better. So, we'll see you next time. Aww. Okay, so that takes me down there. What does being down there actually let me do? Whoop. Whoa. What? Perfect. I found a secret. That's a good secret. I like that secret. I will say, very difficult to figure out where I'm supposed to go technically, because there's like 4 routes I can go. Right, there's all of this that was fine. We could also go over this. I'm not sure what going over this actually does. Where does going over this actually put us? I feel like that puts us someplace we don't want to be. I feel like I'm also very curious. And so I'm willing to make stupid decisions. Oh, it just puts us back here. Well, that was not nearly as bad or as good as I had hoped for. Alright. Well, we tried. Back up and over. To the next area. Whoa. To the next area. Which I believe is down here. By dropping off of this. Huh? Ow. Heck. It jumped me very badly. Ah, boo. Alright, good to know that that doesn't actually work to stop it. I can't full block that. Ow. That was nearly very dumb of me, but you know, we survived. We survived, so good. The authentic Paris experience, getting lost in a 50-foot radius. Yeah, that sounds about right. Your group got lost in Schacht. Schacht is not big. Yeah. Yeah. It's all in how the streets are, though, right? Like, I have absolutely gotten lost in places that are absolutely minuscule, just because the streets are narrow and it's built into a hill, and so you just don't have a lot of chances to look around and feel like, yeah, you've got your bearings, you know what this layout is. You're just like, I'm making turns, randomly. Marrakesh and Fez are both egregious for that. Where it's like, you know, absolutely, I have no idea what I'm doing anymore. Cool. I guess we'll just, like, not worry about it, because I'm at 5592 out of the 5592 I need. In fairness, you were trying to avoid a Yellow Jacket protest? Well, yeah. You lost 3 times in 1 hour in the same room at the Seattle Convention Center once. Now that's what we call impressive. There's another one. Ow. Ow. More gallows, more corpses. Yeah, this revolution is not going well, is it? Gotta say, I'm not exactly impressed with how very large parts of this whole experience is going for the revolutionaries. I appreciate that's a difficult situation for them. They did not sign up for Robot Wars, they signed up for the French Revolution. But still. They're not exactly putting in a good show for themselves. It is kind of actually historically interesting, though. Right, I expect... We'll see how accurate I am when it actually... I guess, when we finish the game, we'll find out. But I suspect that we are not going to get into the Reign of Terror. In this game. Right? Ow. Still ow. But right, like, if I had to take a guess, I'd say that the odds that we're going to get, that we're actually going to engage with the French Revolution at all in this is negligible. Or, sorry, with the Reign of Terror. With this is negligible, because it's not, we're not setting up like we're at the right period. We're not at all setting up in the right period to really get into the Reign of Terror. And what happens, you know, in the tail end of the French Revolution. And all these Republican ideals that Lafayette so neatly espouses. How those actually end up going for people? Because the answer is not very well. But at the same time, I bet they thought they couldn't get away with it without engaging with the French Revolution, which would honestly be reasonable. Twitch still thinks it's Steelrising. Well, chat, you gotta tell me these things. No, the chat, mine says it's Steelrising. Twitch says it's Steelrising on this, on my end, so I don't know what's happening. But yes. Right. The point is, that including all this death becomes a way to talk about the Reign of Terror without having to talk about the Reign of Terror. Ow. God, those fulmination bombs are rough. Get over here. And I missed it, which makes it as rough. What, I can't make that jump? Oh, I can absolutely make that jump. Get wrecked. Get wrecked. But yeah. I spent a lot of words to say nothing there. Point is, I think this is a way of doing the Reign of Terror without doing the Reign of Terror. Right, that you just don't need to engage with the Reign of Terror then.
I must find something I can use to replace this lever.
Or... Yeah, don't need to engage with the Reign of Terror then, because you're just using the... You're just using the French Revolution to do the whole thing. Ow. You need to remember aerial combat is not good in this. Oh well. We are overall doing very well for ourselves. I think we should be okay here. Ooh. Are either of these openable chests? Neither of these are openable chests. Okay. But yeah. Enough of that. I mean, this dude, I didn't notice there was no statement of saying that it was a good idea, a good way of doing it. Simply that is my best guess as to why they're making the French Revolution so, like, dark fantasy levels of blood and guts violent. I also do not think it is a particularly good way of doing this. Because, as you note, it has a couple of issues. Namely, it firstly is like, well, it leaves it unclear the extent to which the Reign of Terror is a necessary consequence of the revolution's ideas versus being its own entity. And secondly, it doesn't really communicate anything about the circumstances that produce the Reign of Terror and that factionalism. Or if the king asks each of you to provide the Comte de Cagliostro with your unconditional cooperation and consult him in anything he may wish to take away or consult. From Theo de Croix. Thank you, Shadowley Clerk's Office. Very cool of you. Wonder what I need to do to make that jump. Not that. Ow. 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 I need to do not that, as it turns out. But yeah. Also, it's unclear to what extent this is... Ow. Oh, so fall damage is actually a thing in this game. I need to actually fully comprehend that fall damage was a thing in this game. But yeah. I definitely... Nope. Alright. Then let's just replace this. And assume we'll be fine. Perfect. Maybe it'll drop. No. Tragic. Oh well. Yeah, I'm trying to think about how to put this together in a way that is, you know, competent. I have 5 cast irons. I need bronze. Can I buy bronze? What would it take for me to be able to buy bronze? I cannot buy bronze. Well, that's alright. Well, actually, no, we can. It just takes 2,000. Okay. It takes 2,000 of those to buy them. Hooray. Interesting. We're able to sell a lot of stuff. We're able to sell a lot of stuff, actually. Looks like selling things is broadly unuseful, though. Except for when they're exactly the same. But that's good to know. That's good to know that we can sell... We can get a lot of things. And we can sell a lot of things. Including... just a crazy... some really egregious, in a fun way, outfits. Like, I'm not going to say those are good, but those are very fun. Like, that Riding Hood is kind of very cool. But they're not good, so... you will not worry about it. And if I hadn't spent all my money on... if I hadn't spent all my cash on other things, I could buy those bronze ingots. Oh well. We'll go back. I'll show you them later. Sire, I understand your concerns regarding the longevity of your most illustrious of armies given the present trouble. However, I assure you that the science that drives them is no longer merely experimental. With the Vestals in strategic positions throughout the city, as long as there are sufficient casualties, with the revolutionary rebel and revolt, I rather doubt there won't be, the mechanical soldiers will have all the energy they require to crush this treasonous insurrection. Oh, great! So the Vestals that we're working with are just straight up, us doing horrible things. Oh, great. Speaking of new clothes. Where is it? Equipment. New clothes. Says, citizen's trousers. Those are nice and basic. And citizen's clogs. That is also very basic. Those are not the height of fashion. I am sorry. You must do more if you wish to persuade me that you are the height of fashion. So what is the story of this game? ZX the Almighty. The story of this game is the French Revolution, but Louis XVI has a robot army. Like, I really don't know how else to sell this, because that is just what it is. We are Aegis, a an automata in service of Marie Antoinette, and she sent us to find Eugene de Vaucanson, who is the person who created the machines, with the goal of finding some way to stop them as Louis XVI proceeds to attempt to crush the French Revolution with his robot army. We talked a little bit last time about the fact that there is technically historical grounding somewhere in here. Ow. Within, the words. There is a sort of a historical grounding for it in that there is a culture of extreme interest in clockwork and automata in 18th century France, most notably with the very much historical Jacques de Vaucanson. Eugene de Vaucanson is fictional, but he is inspired by a real person who lived somewhat earlier. While notably, there's a big difference between whatever this is and being able to effectively and meaningfully compete. Nope, that sentence got away from me. There is a substantial difference between the automata of the 18th century and whatever this is, in that they were not small enough to walk around. And that is kind of a huge difference maker. Ow. Beautiful. Yeah, like we talked last time about like the flute player and the digesting duck, two historical automata created by Jacques Vaucanson. But yeah, that's all done. Oh, we're here? Wait, I've totally already been here. Are we supposed to be backtracking? I feel like it's unclear to me whether we're supposed to be backtracking. We could be being supposed to backtrack. I guess we got what we came for, so... Now how the heck am I supposed to get over there? Without a double jump, I don't see how I can possibly make that. Alright. I guess we're just backtracking. Rolled. A bit like something like Charles Count of Artois would order rather than Louis XVI. Yeah! Yeah, I see what you mean. Ow. Because, yeah, as you are pointing out, chat, this is a strange characterization for what was the button I needed for the map? I think there was a button for a map. Oh well. Ow. Please lock on work better. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Anyway, Louis the 16th. In this period, very much frames himself as friend to the people, right? When he calls the first General Assembly, he is very specific on the, no, I am your ally. We are working together. We want to fix this issue. Stop it. Lock on. There we go. There we are. But yes, in the same token, right, just as this is a strange characterization for Louis the 16th, who is inherited a rough situation, and also it never seems particularly, like, wanted to or enjoyed being king. There's the equal and opposite part of that. Come
to me, my dear. Closer. Closer. You're not like the others, are you? You gave them quite a beating.
Hello. It is just as silly to say that Marie Antoinette is the Republican, given that even as the French Revolution kicked off, she refused to leave Paris, eventually fleeing to Saint-Cloud, and then attempting to flee further. Only as the situation became worse and worse, and it became clear Louis the 16th was not going to resolve the issue peacefully. But yeah, so...
Me, my dear. Closer.
Oh, shush.
Closer.
I am busy.
You're not like the others, are you?
I'm
You gave
busy.
them quite a beating.
What?
Madame,
Why didn't you come sooner, ma chère? Those poor children in the National Guard.
Well, at least someone here is smart.
They marched all day on the Pont Neuf. Oh, you should have heard them singing as they marched on the Place Dauphine. They were very brave then. To hear them, you'd think that the king...
But hey, the National Guard marching along the Pont Neuf. Feels good.
then what happened?
As far as I know, gunfire.
That feels very good, because we are clearly in the early days of the revolution, and it's clearly already kicking off.
Silence.
It's not going well, but, you know.
None of the soldiers returned.
No, not a single one. My son, my little Francois.
Hey,
He lived
Hey,
this
wait.
morning to join the volunteers, but he hasn't given any sign of life since.
Take comfort, Madame. Your
yeah.
son is safe and sound. He has found a safe haven where he is not in danger, and will stay there until it's safe to come out.
Praise be to God. Without you, I would have
Hey,
been
look at that.
worry. Here, for your trouble. A little something to help you continue your fight.
Thank you. I don't know why you have petrification grenades.
Thank you again, ma chère. And may fortune...
As you recall, Marie Antoinette was one of the people urging Louis XVI to be more of a hardliner with the revolutionaries. That's probably true. That feels right. I don't actually know that that is right, but that definitely does feel right. Retier de sang. How on earth do I get back to... Like, I'm trying to get back basically to Saint-Denis. I'm not sure when I got it back across the Seine. Oh, hey, we found it. I did it. Though, this also isn't where I'm supposed to go. Well, we can at least resupply here. We need to get to the Société des Amis de Noir. Which is somewhat irritating to do. Not gonna lie. Boutique. Bronze ingot. Perfect. Sell one of those. Sell two of those. That'll give me enough to then do upgrades. Upgrades, say, upgrade that. Perfect. Now, this dude confirms her and Charles X. They both thought it was the Duke of Orleans was backing the revolution, because apparently that is easier to deal with than the alternative, which is, you know, actually addressing the issue. Just accuse it of being... oh, heck. Forgot about them. Damn it. There we are. Bill. Well, this is not going amazingly. I won't lie. My attempt to run back to locate where I'm supposed to actually go did not go particularly well. But I think it's just up there. That feels right. That feels right. Hey, we found them. We found them.
Dieu soit loué. It is such a blessing to see you safe and sound.
This belongs to you.
Bless you, whoever you are. You have our eternal gratitude.
I believe you've met Monsieur Julien Raymond from distant Saint-Domingue.
He's
one of the most...
He's actually the president of the organization at this time, which is extremely based of him. He gave a presentation at the National Assembly in, I think it's 89, it may have been 1792, pleading for the rights of black Saint-Domingueans.
Ah, yes. The Aegis. The mighty shield and scourge of Zeus.
I wonder... Earlier, by the Pont Neuf, when you touched Monseigneur's ring, can you explain what happened?
The ring called to me. It compelled me to reach out and take it.
Hey, here we get plot. Here we get plot.
The moment I touched it, I was transported somewhere else. It was the same
More plot.
strange world
Plot,
that
plot,
you
plot,
were
plot,
in,
plot.
Monseigneur.
Hell, you mean?
Or purgatory?
No, definitely hell.
I saw things there.
Purgatory is nicer.
I saw Monseigneur giving a sermon.
What wickedness is this?
This explains the moment when you froze. And this isn't the only time you've experienced
Ah,
something
so this
like
is Persona 3
Vesper.
Fest, the answer,
That is
French
correct.
Revolution Edition.
It also happened with 2 objects I found in Place Dauphine.
And what happened there?
That is where I found your Bible and your cross, Monseigneur.
How did you know they belonged to me?
They demanded to be returned to you. You did not regain consciousness until I did
Oh,
so.
is that what
This
happened?
is madness.
Let us not be so quick to judge, Monseigneur.
I witnessed the moment when your cross was taken
Wild.
from you. Then I saw you being locked in that box.
Et bien voilà. It is just as I suspected. Here, Aegis, look at this. Over the course of my research, I unearthed this
Ancient
document. I believe I have finally uncovered its meaning.
Come on, show it to
It's
me.
a triangle with an identical inscription at each corner.
I want to make fun of
Meaning,
it.
Memory in
Okay.
ancient Greek. Then in the center, there is an open
Oh,
eye which
the
symbolizes
Illuminati.
awakening. Do you understand? The images you saw, Aegis, were Monseigneur
We-
de la Far's own
We're
memories.
just going for
3 echoes of the past
Greek god.
tied to personal objects of his. 3 Nemes, memories which some dark alchemy had taken from him. Without them, his mind would have remained lost, incomplete.
Oh, this is very
He would
funny.
have regained consciousness. But by returning these 3 objects to him, Aegis,
I want to look
you
at
were
this
able to
document.
save his immortal soul.
Tell me, Aegis, when you were at the clerk's office at the Châtelet, did you perhaps see a leather wallet near the abbot's documents?
No, Monseigneur.
Ah, that is unfortunate.
Memes. Or in another way,
Most
memes.
unfortunate.
Yes. Come on. I don't suppose we have... In our journal, do we have any... Any things? No? No? No. Sadly, no. No, 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 no. Sad. But you know what we do have? Encyclopedia entries. But from the Imperial Court in Austria, A petit Renault, Hey look, Marie-Thérèse and Louis Charles are the surviving son and daughter of the royal couple. The boy, heir apparent to the French crown since the death of his brother, is commonly called the Petit Dauphin. Crown of the governess, Gabrielle de Polignac, they lead the carefree life of children of their rank in Versailles. Look at that. Conspirators. A Lafayette. Born in Saint-Domingue, from a father from land and a mixed-race mother, Julien Raymond is a free person of color in the eyes of colonial law. Its status allowed him to establish and expand a large indigo plantation. Determined to fight prejudice of color, he traveled in Paris to 1784 to plead his case before the king and ministers. Although these efforts met with little success, he has continued to condemn the atrocities suffered by slaves in the colonies ever since. In the course of his long campaign, he forged strong friendships with several abolitionists, including Jacques-Pierre Brissot and Abbé Grégoire, founding members of the Société des Amis des Noirs. Henri de la Fare. He did the sermon at the opening mass. And while he was not a fan of the revolution, was not in the king's favor. These are not bad write-ups. These are really not bad write-ups at all. So,
Mon père,
Plus tard, s'il vous plaît. I need a moment alone. I must read over my notes in light of what we have just discovered.
I want to see your notes, though. I want to make fun of your notes.
Monseigneur. That other world where you were held prisoner.
Come on, let me
Do
make
you
fun of
still
your
feel
notes.
Its effects.
This other world, as you call it, Aegis, is none other than hell itself. Gehenna. The place the Lord sends those who worship the beast. But hell didn't keep me. Has God given me a chance to redeem myself, perhaps?
By the way, another small
What
detail
task
that I'm
did you entrust
really
to
quite
the
liking.
abbot?
The Holy Office ordered me to keep an eye on the Comte de Cagliostro. This charlatan imagines himself to be the heir of Mesmer, the magnetizer, and seems to have ingratiated himself with the king. There have been disturbing reports about him that could lead to his excommunication. It is said that he can make the dead speak.
We'll let
imagine?
the cutscene
I asked the
finish,
abbot
but
to investigate the surroundings of Eugène de Vaucanson's workshop, where the Count had been seen coming and going for several weeks. I cannot disclose the details of what he discovered there, but it may well be related to the events that have plunged Paris into mourning.
I bid you farewell, Monseigneur.
Wait just a moment, s'il vous plaît. You are one of Cagliostro's creatures, are you not?
What do you mean?
When did you awaken?
I do not understand, Monseigneur.
Well, that is to say, you talk, you think, you seem to act with some sort of free will. This was not always the case, that much is clear. You must agree that not all automates are as sophisticated as yourself. I'm attempting to unravel the mystery of your true nature. Tell me, what are your very first memories?
That is a question I am unable to answer.
How strange. In that case, you must surely be able to tell me who taught you what you know.
What I know, Monseigneur?
How can I put it in a way that you'll understand? For example, you call me Monseigneur. How do you know that this is how one addresses a member of the clergy of my rank?
I cannot explain it. I believe
Go on, Aegis.
I believe that this knowledge is not mine.
shocking.
I know.
I'm shocked. Truly
Did you
staggered
know it?
at the extremely obvious revelation. Alright, Raymond, be chill about it.
Monsieur Raymond, what is the aim of this organization?
We publish articles and exert our influence on those who are in a position to
God.
improve the lot.
This man has a voice like butter.
Our numbers grow by the day, and we have many illustrious members, such as the Comte de Mirabeau and the Marquis de Lafayette. But it was Monsieur Brissot and the abbot that founded the group.
Good old Brissot. Shouldn't he be here by now?
Yes, mon père. He should have arrived hours ago.
This
Alas, there has been no sign of him.
I hope to God that no misfortune has befallen him.
What fate does the kingdom reserve for those with black skin?
According to tradition, any enslaved person who sets foot on French soil is freed.
This rule is most problematic in the eyes of planters in the colonies, who seek to maintain their precious labor force.
This is why, for the past 12 years, no black people have been allowed to disembark in any of the kingdom's ports. Those who accompany their masters on the journey are imprisoned in the Admiralty's jails the moment they leave the ship. As for those who manage to evade the authorities, they live in fear of the raids carried out by the Marshalsea.
Are you not subject to these laws, Monsieur Raymond?
yeah, if someone could check on that, obviously my phone is my camera, so I can't exactly do that.
And also to have received an education. And to be wealthy.
Naturally, that makes all
Hey,
the
look,
difference.
intersectionality? Intersectionality acknowledged in a video game.
You are quite a long way from home, Monsieur Raymond.
I haven't been back to Saint-Domingue in nearly 5 years. I left my most trusted men in charge of overseeing my indigo plantation. I came to France with the aim of having an audience with the king. I hoped to convince him to use his automats for agricultural work. I was of the belief that this was the best way to ease the suffering of our enslaved brethren. Alas, it was all for naught. I was only able to get an audience with the Minister of the Navy, and even that was granted reluctantly. Later, when the king convened the Estates General, my hopes were renewed. I saw it as an opportunity to make our voices heard. And then, mon Dieu, what a disaster, Aegis. What a complete disaster.
What an incredibly based game. Alright. So, couple things have happened in here that I really like. Firstly, with Monseigneur de la Fare, a thing video games by and large struggle with is handling the perspectives of religious people correctly, right? The idea is either they're delusional fools or they're hypocrites. De la Fare seems to be neither of the above. Right, camera? Thank you. So, he is both genuine and thoughtful in his belief, and extremely persuaded in the integrity of his belief, and is still trying to do right by people in spite of that. So he's neither horribly corrupt, nor insincere in his beliefs. And that is really nice to see. Most places don't like that. There was a question that I actually don't know the answer to. What are the odds that Monseigneur de la Fare would call hell Gehenna instead of Infernus? So using the Hebrew instead of the Latin. I think my instinct is that it would actually be reasonably likely. Right, that is how he trolls, or that is a way for him to show off his rank, is that he has read the Hebrew. He is erudite, he is educated, he has been to church school, he has learned Hebrew, and is able to cite that. Would be my instinct as to what's going on there. So, where perhaps Abbe Gregoire might use l'enfer or infernus, depending if you're using French or Latin, he might throw out the Hebrew just because he can. Thing number 2 I super duper like. The fact that the game is recognizing that there is a status or the policy for black people in France, and how freaking awful that is. Mastrosy, you're getting your info? Great. The enslaved people were stuck... Sure. That French policies to prevent the freeing of enslaved people who step onto French soil and are therefore freed by arresting them was annoying to enslavers who wanted them to be domestic enslaved people in France. Yeah, that checks out. And an excellent book shout out for this subject, African Europeans by Dr. Ovalet Otala. And furthermore, right, I think that scene hits extra hard in light of the fact that the game lets you make Aegis black. Right? So, I mean, yes, she could be effectively porcelain skin tone, but also she can be coded as an automat and a warrior, but also as a black woman. And so asking these questions about, right, how, if I were a person, right, if I were human and not machine, what would be my status in this land, hits doubly hard, and leveraging Raimond's intersectionality to be able to address that is good. I'm really liking that. I'm really liking what they're doing with that. And hey, it is, I think this is a quote from his address at the Estates General in the late 1780s. As known as Saint Domingue, any person of color who dares to strike a white person, if his response to a blow received from the latter is punished with the utmost severity. Force of prejudice is such that the poor man is put to death without any colonist being moved by this flagrant iniquity. You must also know that a white man who feels he has been offended by a man of color permitted to mistreat him with impunity. I'm not sure, but that reads to me like it is either a modernization or a direct quote of a speech by Raymond, the historical Raymond, not necessarily the whatever this is, this old history Raymond. Anyway, I think we may have just done all we can here. So why don't we head out and take a look at the next section of our quest. Also, there had been a question of if the bad weather was a consequence of the robot uprising. My question is this bad weather? Like, I mean, it's nighttime. It's dark and spooky because it's nighttime. But, otherwise, I'm unpersuaded that this is actually bad weather. I think it's night. When we started the day, it was day. Right, when we started in Saint Cloud, it was day. And then, as we get farther, time will progress forward. I expect this will still be the same night, because these two quests exist simultaneously. Hey, look at that. Now, sorry. Big yawn. This Chat, does anyone know, does this building exist yet? Right, I know one important thing about it is not the case. But I'm not sure about how... Ow. Jerk. Jerk. Right. Of the Quai du Louvre. It's not a museum yet. I guess that is the single most important thing about it. Is that this is not yet a museum. Because the Louvre was, I believe, established as a museum in 92? Ow. Jerk. We were also around 5 years after the major eruption of Lockheed and before the major use of fossil fuels, so cooler and wetter weather than today is probably normal. See, on the one hand, yes. On the other hand, you activated my trap card. Because as it turns out, as popular as it is to look up the 1783 Loki eruption and the cold weather that comes from it, and go like, ah, yes, or the cold weather that occurs immediately after it, and go, ah, yes, these two are related. I was at a conference a few years back from one of, if not the major researcher, a team of researchers on the subject. And as it turns out, no. As it turns out, they are not related events. The cold weather is more likely to be explainable by natural variation rather than the Loki eruption. The Loki eruption's effects seem to have actually been pretty much restricted to Iceland and the surrounding area. And it was actually a coincidence that resulted in the Dark One. The Louvre became a public museum during the French Revolution. In 1791, the National Constituent Assembly declared that the Louvre would be a place for bringing together monuments of all the sciences and arts. Exactly. Right, so 1791. That's what I had thought. Actually, I thought it was 92, but, you know, still. Not. Not entirely, or at all the case that it is. Hey, guess what? Rolled. Get dunked on. Words. I lost track of my words again. I'm not having a good words day, chat. I hope you are forgiving me this bad words day, because, yeah, they are just not happening. Ow. Doubly ow. Oh, damn it, there's a third attack. There we go. Ow. A single hit and I'm completely fulminated. Okay. There we go. We survived. We've explored the area. We've accomplished a lot. Anyway, there was a couple questions here in chat. Yeah. Anyway, by the mid-18th century, there's an increasing number of proposals to create a public art gallery in the Louvre. Proposed in 1750. Royal Collection by Louis XV. Awesome. Good to know that there are plans happening before then. Because, yeah. It is a cool building. It is an extremely cool building, but at the same time, we want to make sure that it's actually, you know, around in this period, and not just messing with everyone, having it show up, despite not necessarily being, all that present. Dang it. Well, that worked. Now let's open that. Grade 2 Fulmination Resistance Module. Well, that sounds helpful. Not being fulminated sounds lovely this time of year. So let's go, I guess, heal up, restore everything, check our equipment, make sure we're all set. Grade 2 Fulmination Resistance Module. Incredible. What else do we have? 3955. Alright. Let's just... oh, heck. That was buying, not selling. Heck. Oops. That's alright. We still got some improvements from that, so... let's buy 2 more of these, because we'll need them. We're not going to be able to do anything else well for a bit, but, you know. Let's just sneak into the palace now and call that a day. You know, going around the back seems useful. But God, I mean, what a strong place to be exploring. Right? Like, this is going to be incredibly fun to poke around in. Oh. Nope. This do not necessarily be an easy way back. But that is okay. We don't need the easiest of ways back. We simply need a way back. It is blocked. Means we have to go through this fight. Which is fine. I think. Ow. I think. I hope. Beautiful. Okay. So, gosh. I'm not even sure where to start, really, in talking about, in terms of talking about the Louvre, apart from the fact that, I think in the year of our Lord, 2022, it's actually not that great of a museum. Like, this is entirely my personal opinion, but you know, if I had to give it a tier list, it is absolutely a C tier museum. It is not winning any awards. Ow. Hey, well you don't get immediately fulminated. That's exciting. Ow. Well, we do if I stand in the way. Get clobbered. Get clobbered. Get clobbered. Get clobbered again. Clobbering! People only go there for the Mona Lisa anyway? Exactly. And right, but I love the Mona Lisa. The Mona Lisa is a fantastic piece of art. But still, it's fine. It has a very old-fashioned way of imagining what squish. Ow. Wow. Well, we couldn't see anything there, I couldn't see anything there. No one saw anything, it's fine. But it just says the Louvre has an old school understanding of what it means to be a museum. And it's very much an idea that it is a museum that is still largely for people who are very, very interested in seeing the objects and who already understand what the objects mean and do. Right, I think that's ultimately my big problem with it, is that it assumes you already know and care about why these objects matter, and many times, for a lot of its older galleries, it's not actually very good at explaining why you might Ooh. Ow. Incredible. Good job. That didn't hit? Really? There we go. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I was not very good at showcasing, like, not only what the objects are, but why you should really care about them, and creating a narrative. Like, I think the one that their Egyptian galleries showcase the issues with it as a modern museum very well. Because, like, when I went, they still had their... I don't know if they've done anything with them since, but at the time, they had very much old Egyptian galleries. So, the primary color scheme was beige. And it didn't really do anything. And the objects were all around, and the light level was very low. And they had a pile of Ushebti on the floor. And it just looked, worn out.
Monsieur de Mirabeau's home is built on a hill in the area.
It looked very, very worn out. And it's just, it's hard to be like, oh yes, I think you care about this. Because, yeah. Nothing about that really suggests that it cares about that. Boutique. Let us purchase. Franklin claws do... Those do fulmination damage. They have pretty good immobilization. Not amazing mobilization, but pretty good. That does frost. That just stabs people. That's just a wheel of stabbing people. God, these weapons are very fun. A lot of these weapons look extremely fun. So that's extremely stylish. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, don't think we're gonna get that because, as nice as they are, as nice as both of those are individually, I don't think it's worth the cut in armor. Hello. Ah. Ow. Rolled. Our first appearance of a new thing. Oh, Mori. Good to see you. Hello. I need to ask you about something. Remind me after I get offline. Because I do need to ask you a couple questions. Was Ben Franklin known in this time as more of a natural philosopher or as a diplomat and philanderer? I'm not sure. To be honest, I'm not sure. We certainly could look into that if you want. Within the context of this game, which is not quite the same question, they're definitely leaning into him as more of a natural philosopher. And with him, because he's the origin source for our fulmination grenades, right? He is effectively, right, they're saying, oh yes, we're adapting Franklin's properties to be able to do XYZ things. And if you ask us any questions, we're gonna ignore you. He is, of course, all of the above. Right, his work with lightning is, of course, and electricity more broadly is, of course, important. But yes, they are, I do think, lean to him as the pop cultural lightning guy of the period, rather than the diplomat, philanderer, broadly speaking, dubious person that he was. I wish there was a way I could drop here without taking massive damage. But sadly, I have no such luck, so... Ow. Ow. Jerk. Jerk. Also, yes, Mori, do enjoy that tier 1 gifted sub. From this dude. I need a tool to bust that open. Garbu hiss. Whatever, we can at least open up this one, get back inside. Oh. Rolled. Ow. That nearly went very badly for me, but it went well in the end, so we're going to accept that. Yeah. Where are we at? Oh yeah, still exploring the Louvre. Because that's a place that we are apparently walking around a lot. God, I hope we can actually get into the court. Oh, there's going to be a boss fight. There's going to be a boss fight in this courtyard. No, they're doggos. I don't care what they actually are, AC. They're doggos. Everything with 4 legs is a dog. Ow. Excuse me? Oh, from there. Heck. Not what I wanted. Get that attack. There we go. We're going to intentionally burn all of our oomph there in order to be able to get the... Ow! Damn it. Get the kill there. Which then we convert here to another attack, which is a kill, and then we heal up. Perfect! Incredible.
Chin up, old man.
But Adam, the historical account a reference for Da Vinci French lions.
Take a closer look at your wound.
I mean, yes.
Oh, it's more serious than I thought. Look at me. You have to hang in there, all right? You mustn't fall asleep.
You hear? No falling asleep.
Bon sang. No. I'm losing him.
Uh-huh. Doctor. Hello.
Is there any way I can help you?
Senor. An automat. What can I expect from you? Other than the cruel fate that your fellow monsters reserve for patriots.
You have nothing to fear from me, monsieur.
Honestly, I don't have much of a choice. I have to take you at your word and ask for your help.
Uh-huh.
I have with me a fighter who has lost his leg.
Uh-huh.
He's already lost a lot of blood.
Yep.
If I don't operate within the hour, I doubt he will survive.
I want a French dub too.
I do not have any surgical tools with me. Would you be so kind as to find me something I can use to save this brave man? I can't do anything until I have the right equipment.
Okay. What equipment would be the right equipment?
I can't do anything until I have the right equipment.
Any explanation as to what the right equipment is? Any at all? Any at... Damn it! Any instructions as to what the correct equipment is? No? Not even slightly? Tourniquet, saw, miniature guillotine. All good suggestions, chat. If you could point me in the direction of one of those, I would enable so much. Ow. Rude. Ow. Also rude. You're supposed to die. See? Like that. Forceps? Wait, what? Wait, what? Okay. Fair enough. I really have to pay attention for places where I can jump up like that. I wonder if the apothecary will have any options. No? Nothing in this apothecary that will help me do surgery? Fine. Guess that would make too much sense. Fire grenade? I think that one maybe makes less sense. I'm not gonna lie. I like the spirit. I'm uncertain about the effectiveness of exploding something right next to someone's leg. Ow. Jerk. Ow. Bigger jerk. I'm gonna do that specifically to regain some oomph. When we drop off the back here, we should buy us some space. We have an explosive grenade we should be able to use to finish off this guy. No? There we go. Now it's just this one. So I'm now okay on heals 4. You're too slow. Well then, that was a fight. We did interestingly there. Not sure it was a good fight, but it was a fight we won, and so we take those. And in the meantime, we'll see if we can locate anything else useful. I mean, that was useful. That's another heal for us. I think that brings us up to 4 heals in a row. So, that's very good news. I have been desperate for that. So, that is great. I'll upgrade you, and then we'll look at our equipment, and we can use... we only have a... That's actually quite a few. That might be enough. At least to get our frosted fans up. There we are. And then we need bismuth for the next set. Perfect. So we are for the moment going to go full fan. Our only options are defensive fan or offensive fan. Cause, yeah. Why use 2 weapon sets when you can just use one over and over and over again? Dang it. That gate is still locked. Monsieur de Mirabeau's townhouse. Alright, well, that's great. How in... Is that a halberd that's also a fan? Now hold up. Don't sell me on this. That is a halberd that's also a fan. I mean, I gotta. Incredible. Not quite what I expected it to do, but that's fine. Hey look, he's not dead. What a surprise. Bonjour. Just pay attention.
So, I put it to you that the fact that the society is in need of
Monsieur de Mirabeau.
No, no, oh. The demon can speak? Speak then! Has my time come?
I do not know.
My life is in your hands. It's not worth much. Do what you will with it.
I seek Monsieur de Vaucanson. He holds the secret to the tireless automats.
This is wild.
And you think you'll find him here, in my quarters? Tell me, who is your master? Aren't you one of Cagliostro's creatures?
I serve only the Queen.
Ah, the Queen. Well then, that's something else.
Is it Mirabeau? Is it Mirabeau? You are one of the leads of the National Assembly. The Queen hated.
I found this message in Monsieur de Vaucanson's carriage.
He didn't receive it. That is most worrying. Eugène and I are old friends. I was hoping he would be able to tell me what the deuce.
I don't care how to put it, but this is the 18th centuryest man you have ever seen. No, that sounds right.
But he spent years.
That sounds right. He looks very 18th century.
Project whose macabre ends we're only now discovering.
Where could Monsieur de Vaucanson have gone?
How should I know? The situation is dire out there. Everyone is taking shelter wherever they can. Let me think. I know that he and Monsieur Bailly, the astronomer, are close.
Uh-huh.
Perhaps Monsieur Bailly knows more?
Uh-huh.
Where can he be found?
He must have taken refuge in his observatory at the Louvre. Otherwise, I doubt he is still
Oh
alive.
boy, we get to actually go
His
inside and explore the
associate,
Louvre.
Lavoisier, the astronomer and the chemist, they were once the pride of the court,
Uh-huh.
but have fallen out of favor. Too close to the common people, it would seem. It's as if only Vaucanson managed to stay in the king's good graces.
Well, that's also
Transit
reasonable.
gloria mundi.
That also is at least plausible. Well, I'm not sure if any of these people are historical. I'd have to look it up, which, again, my phone is here, but we can look it up if you want me to. We can tab over and actually take a look at it. It is still very much plausible that in the late 1780s, someone would be considered of the wrong estate, and therefore just booted out of the royal court, even if in the previous decades they had very much been in the royal favor.
Who is this Cagliostro?
You
But also-
feign ignorance.
I do not know.
Then you should know that Cagliostro is the king's right-hand
Uh-huh.
man. He claims to be a magician, and he's a self-styled count.
A charlatan who is more powerful than a minister.
Precisely. I've heard the most troubling rumors about him. He's supposedly the one who enabled the king to breathe life into these killing machines that no key need wind. I admit
Incredible.
It sounds highly improbable, and I wouldn't believe a word of it if I didn't have proof standing right before my eyes. Now that I think about it, as you can see, my servants have all abandoned me, and I will soon follow their
Shocking.
lead. Those poor people hoped to escape the city while there was still time. À dire vrai, I fear I shall never see them alive again. Before she left, the housekeeper gave me this key. It opens the gate that leads to the Louvre. If you are foolhardy enough.
We are absolutely foolhardy enough to do it.
I found a note written by Eugène de Vaucanson. He mentions the death of the Dauphin at Meudon. What happened that night?
How should I know? The child passed away at Meudon. I was in Versailles.
Eugène de Vaucanson told you nothing.
The only thing he was willing to tell me was that something
Your servants
terrible had
abandoned
happened,
you? Why
and
ever would
the
they abandon such a
circumstances
likable
leading to
and
the
brave
Dauphin's
man?
death were not exactly as described. One thing for certain is that he was extremely upset about what happened. So much so that he refused to spend a single day more in the king's service. But he has apparently changed his mind.
I think he's pretty kaput. I think he's Vaucanson, as I expect, not having a good
Besides
day.
the king and Monsieur de Vaucanson, who else witnessed these events?
Well, if they followed protocol, Monsieur Lemonnier, the first physician to the king, he must have performed the autopsy on the child.
Where can I find him?
He lives in Versailles, near the chateau. But he has a practice here in Paris, on Rue Saint-Thomas d'Enfer, in the Quartier Saint-André-des-Arts.
Okay, we have options. And by options, I mean we are obviously going into the Louvre. Why would I ever not go into that glorious building? Like, they must think I'm a fool. A buffoon. Like, this is not the shiniest thing they could have possibly given me. For what I want to look at. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Alright, AC. See you later. Oh dear. Oh dear. You're having a great time, aren't you?
Eh bien, have you seen Monsieur Bailly?
No, not yet.
You must. He's probably... Perhaps he'll be able to tell...
What is this?
Oh, that.
That.
Was a missive sent by my father, the Marquis de Mirabeau. The scoundrel who shamelessly dares to call himself the friend of man. He writes to say that he is on the brink of death, in such desperate state that he has received extreme unction. This reprobate used his final moments on this mortal plane to send me threats yet again. He swears that he will torment me from beyond the grave.
How is that possible?
To my knowledge, he has not yet deigned to shuffle off this mortal coil. In any case, the satisfaction of knowing he is dead would not assuage my concern. This man is more persistent than the plague. He's capable of anything. He has spent his entire life persecuting his family. And I believe he is ready to spend his eternal rest continuing to do the same. I need to know what he's planning.
Where is he now?
At his home in Argenteuil. Given the circumstances, going to ask him for an explanation is out of the question. If only I could speak with Monseigneur de la Fare, the bishop who heard his last confession.
Okay, that's also main quest? Wild. There's so much main quest here. What if he comes back in robot coffin? I think that is a very reasonable thing to be concerned about. I think the odds of robot coffin are distressingly likely. Ow. on, get the sneak attack. I whiffed! I whiffed! Ow. That didn't go so hot. Are the multiple hit combos period accurate? Absolutely. There we go. Right? You never want to be just doing one thing. Ow. Sure, this time you double attack. Ah. You never, ever, ever want to just do like one hit if you can help it. Cause, oh boy. It'll go very bad at you if you tried otherwise. Ow. At least that one wasn't a big hit. But yes, I would say this combat feels very good, and also it's both transparently ridiculous and is what's don't fall from the ceiling like that. Come on, come on, you gotta give me something to work with here. You forgot the time Robespierre beheaded the petty aristocracy with his robot spear? Well, that's on you, right? I'm sorry, like, the historical record is very clear about this. Just because you forgot it, that's not my problem. I will be very curious to see what, if anything, they actually do about the realities and very many quandaries of the Reign of Terror are, or whether they're just gonna be like, nah, it's fine, this is fine. Hack. Well, here we go again. Ow. I don't like being in that corner. Ah. The chaos of robot Napoleonic Wars? Oh, Christ. You know, maybe I don't want to imagine what that looks like. Maybe just no thanks. Nemesis fans have a counterattack. Mass amounts of immobilization, but otherwise kinda suck. Okay. Ah, hell. There we go. And a spicy take, and an ice cold take. Alright, so an opinion about either the period or the game that's controversial, or one that is so uncontroversial as to be almost distressing. So, I think the uncontroversial one is that the robot designs are objectively incredible. Ow. Damn it. Like, I'm sorry, this is such a cool design. This is such a cool robot design. It's completely absurd, but in a good way. Like, it's hard for me to communicate just how much I love it, because they make everything feel so distinct and make it very clear, right, what's historical stuff and what's imposition. We talked about this a bit last time, but one of the things I really, really like is that they're very clear what is the alt history robot stuff and what is the actual material culture of the period. And that's cool, because that means that we get to explore the heck's going on in period. Right, we still get to explore what's going on in the period without feeling like, oh yeah, we are being completely overrun by all the robots doing robot stuff. Hey, don't think you can do that. Hey, come on. It's very nice, and I feel good about it. Now let me up here. Oh, an alternate path in. Or a necessary path in? Unclear.
No one, not even the king, can stop the representatives of the people from continuing their work. Wherever its members are gathered,
the National Assembly
lives. That is why we swear never to part, and to gather wherever circumstances require it, until a constitution is established for the kingdom.
Hey, look at that. The National Assembly.
Come here, Member. I salute you.
Monsieur, we have just burned our bridges. Nothing and no one
Hey, Maximilian de Ropsia.
in this kingdom.
The tennis corridor.
Claim victory too soon, Maximilian. And don't forget what we agreed on, if things were to take a turn for the worse.
Is that supposed to be Cagliostro? Who's that supposed to be? We don't know. I don't know. But yeah, that was a scene of the tennis corridor where the National Assembly swore not to leave until they had established a constitution for France. My voice broke very badly right there, but that's fine. Maybe no. Yeah. It's cool that they're showing it. It's cool that they're going, yes, we think this is important, that all these characters are important. It's important to introduce them by means of their participation. Ow. I disagree, but that's fine. Words. By means of their participation in the National Assembly as like this important backdrop. I like it. I like it a lot. The point of all those words is to say simply that it's a decision I agree with. Heck. Upgrades. That. And then we're just a few away. Let's see if we got some equipment here to help. Yeah, that should do it. Upgrades. Oh. I need more bronze ingots. Never mind. Voila.
No! Why tickle a frail little woman? I've always been loyal to the king. Oh, yes, as God is my witness. I'll do anything you ask.
What's up?
I have no intention of harming you. The royal automats are my only enemies.
Hooray.
Julie Sam, you were sent by heaven above.
Well?
Have you watched these machines?
Yes, I had a front row seat. A swarm of ferocious beasts who cleared the way for a creature I have a nightmare. It was the Grim Reaper, madame. Itself. Nothing and no one was spared. I was spellbound and horrified by its dance of death. It boasts
Hey, useful advice for an upcoming boss.
do not let it leap in your direction. Those who suffered its lightning attack did not survive. None
Crap.
of us.
I also have to do a controversial take, don't I? I did a very ice cold take, which is that design's good. Good enemy design. But I still have to do a controversial take. And I think the controversial take here is that the more as we're thinking about it, the less I particularly like this association. Or the fact that, like, there's like 90% dead people, right? The only people whose faces we've seen are historical figures, TM, right? Like, pretty much everyone we've seen is a important historical figure who is engaging in historical important figure acts that prevent them from simply being coward, passive bystanders. Who cower in the face of all the history happening. Admittedly, history in this case means robots, but, you know, same difference. I don't think those are so distinct. History, robots. Robots, history. Close enough, right? Yeah, right, the more we explore that... I don't want to be there if I can help it. There it is. You can go up there. No, it should actually help me at all. In fact, I kind of think that didn't help me at all. Isn't there another place I could go up? Oh, there's another place I could go up. Huh. Like, I got in. So I had to be able to get in somewhere. But evidently it's farther this way, which is not my favorite news in the world. Maybe we just run fast and be good. Fantastic. We ran fast. We did good. We survived. Heck. Alright, once again with feeling, run fast. Run faster. Run fast, be good.
I saw vision today as clearly as I can see you now.
It's impossible. That makes no sense.
Do you think I've gone mad?
Of course not. But how could Monsieur Balsamo make these machines obey him?
More plot? Hello, plot.
Monsieur Balsamo, you say?
Did you do? An automat.
More plot?
We are lost.
Do not fear. I am not like the other machines.
I love honor. This one speaks and thinks, at least.
Mm-hmm.
We better stay on our guard.
Mm-hmm.
So you saw this Monsieur Balsamo giving orders
Come on.
to the machines?
Give me more on.
Yes, you. I saw him walk through the gate to his workshop, just a few paces from here, accompanied by a dozen automats. They made no move to attack him. Oh no, bien au contraire. They were acting like his bodyguards.
Mm-hmm.
What does Monsieur Balsamo do?
Who knows? He's a very discreet man.
Discreet? You'd have to be dead to find him discreet. What about the racket keeps us up every night? The clatter of scrap metal, creaking pulleys, rumbling small clients. We suffer through it all. Not to mention the god-awful screams that emanate from that sinister workshop from time to time.
A most unusual fanfare, Sir. However, there's no way of knowing what he's doing there.
Uh-huh.
That's why we cannot tell you anything more.
Sure.
Would you be so kind as to leave now? We don't want to draw attention to ourselves.
Fine, I'll leave. I take it this is the workshop? It's locked. Tragic. Eh. I see. There's an if I could get around in a way I cannot get around, I could do stuff up there. But I can't. And so instead, I guess I need to go this way? And just like continue to run fast. Damnation. Well, this is getting spicy. Goodbye. I feel like I'm still on the wrong side of these gates, but that's fine, I guess. Yeah, is this where I just was? Dang nabbit. I just did the same loop again and made the same mistake. Wow, I'm getting so lost in here. When I have the ability to break down those doors, I'll be so much happier. Because right now I'm just making loops. Which, yeah, is not necessarily winning me any prizes. So clear this, and now we're back over here. Ow. That's fair. Ow. 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 Lots of ow in today's stream. Okay, so that runs down to the front gates. You go this way down to the front gate, and where's the bit that I missed? There's that, which, yeah. Also out. We go up here, where does this put us? With the ability to cross here, which is where I wanted to actually get to. Fantastic. We found it, chat. That only took 3 loops. Not exactly my best work. But we made it. These are fun to fight. I'm really enjoying these fights. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm having a great time with them. Oh, this is amazing. Soon you're the robot trumpeter. Ow. Hits very hard. That's fine. Like, good on it. I should be very close to another Vestal. Honestly, because... like, it's been a hot second. We are now in the Louvre. Oh god, Wolfie. You missed us finishing up, were you here for the boss fight? Did you see us fight the giant robot cardinal? Otherwise, we went to the Louvre. We are in the garden for the Louvre. In the present day, this is not a garden. This is where the stupid pyramid is. This is where the stupid pyramid is. Which, you know, on the one hand, good for it. On the other hand, I'd honestly prefer this garden. Ow. You have to be like that? You have to be like this. He's so strong. We just outdistance them. What'd be cool is they don't actually do the revolution in the game if we are focused entirely on Cagliostro. And then once we have taken care of the robots preventing the French Revolution just happens. That is definitely a possibility. Right. I don't know that they're not going to do that. I don't 100% know that they are going to do that, but I don't know. It could break... Ow. That was dumb of me. Wow. Nope, that is the one I need. Oh! This guy's so scary! Like, holy heck. Oh dear, you also do ice damage. I understand. Ah, it wasn't done yet. No. Anything but that. Ah. What is the, what's the best and or worst thing I have? Is that new clothes? Magistressa, you came back at a perfect time. This green suede hat with gold braid trim recalls those worn by the hunting officers under the command of Duc de Penthièvre. The group from the Grand Hunter. And we get even more outfit. The Duc de Vendôme, the King's Falconer. Amazing. Look at how fancy we are. Ah, question was developed at Magistressa for baked goods. I mean, that is completely irrelevant. High quality baked goods is important everything. Ow. Jerk. Gotta say, the squad of murderous... Who aggroed on me? Ah, heck. Well, we'll wait for this next one to go, and then I guess we'll be in. I was afraid of that. Well, this is what I would call incredibly terrifying. Well, time for the good old-fashioned run like crazy, because I don't feel like fighting them all. Don't mind me. I'm anywhere but here right now. Oh heck, that guy's worse. Not there. There's a place for me to get over. Perfect. Goodbye. Goodbye. Okay, another spicy take. So the last spicy take had been, that I'm not super sold on the choice to make the only historical actors that are doing things be relatively elite history figure, have their own Wikipedia page, figures in the French Revolution and or fictional. In the same vein, right, I'm not going to count this as a separate spicy take, but the idea that the only people who survive this experience are big, important to have their Wikipedia page on them. Like, ow, jerk. Damned hyper armor. Grade 3 long infusion module. Neat. You bet you can break doors and walls with that? Probably. But yeah, well, I'm not going to count this as a separate spicy take. I do just want to acknowledge the fact that it's a bit funky. How the people who survive this experience are all coincidentally happen to be people with their own Wikipedia pages, instead of all the random people that very much will not survive this. Right, when we... in a world just absolutely full of death, chock full of people who did not survive this, the fact that everyone plot relevant is a boss who did survive this, and they all happen to be very elite, feels noteworthy. Now, noteworthy, not the same sentence as, horrible. Simply noteworthy. love that they're shooting each other in the face. It's very funny. Ow. Alright. Can I cut the grass? Oh, I can't cut the grass. But I guess I can open this up. I guess I'll just open this up. How? Just de-aggro on me. You don't want to fight this. Nothing about this says I want to fight this right now. Come on. Damn it, not that one. Die. Please. Please. There we go. Good hustle. Good hustle, team. We survived this. That's an irrelevant door. So then we go through here. And then we have a relevant door? Then we have a relevant door. Two and 9. And now we are inside the loop. Ow. The little jazzy boys is so nice. I love the little jazzy boys. Alright, chat. Do you think we're brave enough and bold enough? Because, right, I want to look at the Royal Gallery here. But I also want to, you know, very much not get got by that guy. I want to very, very much as possible, in fact, not get got. Sneak. Ow. Alright, I got 2 fast heals and a whole bunch of slow heals. You think that's good enough? You think we got the power? I'm gonna try and build up this guy's fulmination. Because if I could, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just do 3. That'll make everything else take damage. Ow. I wasn't paying attention to him, I was paying attention to me. I should not have done that. Ah, boo. That's fine. I feel okay about that. I feel very good about that, in fact. We didn't really get that, we didn't really ever get a second, spicy take, did we? I have completely forgotten about that. So, one very cheapo spicy take, that's not really probably that spicy. Oh. You know, I'm not actually sure. Right, I'm enjoying this game so much, it's hard to get really controversial about it. Right, it's actually very hard for me to get controversial about it. But I think my spicy take is I want them to risk copyright infringement a little bit more in this room. I want them to do a little bit more to risk breaking copyright, and instead of using the handful of paintings that they have licensed and then having everything else be bare walls or stacked random piles of books and vitrines, that they just full send it and put in more art from the Louvre that we know was made in this period. Because that's what it takes to get to the next level, right? Clearly they imply art. They're doing a lot of implying art here. Look at that nice classical statuary with no detail on it, so you can't claim it's any specific thing. Look at these piles of books. Look at that one statue or that one painting. Look at our own assets in boxes. Look at the other one painting. And I totally understand that, right? I none percent blame them for that, but it's very much thinking about the idea of the Louvre right now, of just stuff on walls. I want them to full send it. Have all of the stuff on all of the walls, all of the time. And if you really don't want to do that, make this your in-game museum. Right? It's a thing a lot of games tend to do, of, oh, let's have an in-game museum, so you can look at all the hard work we did. What if they did even more with this? I think that would be fun. Right? If you don't want to risk, doing copyright infringement and using paintings in the Louvre that you do not have the right to, I think that would be a reasonably fun way to do it. Is you make art, digital art, about all of these places or all of these things, and be like, yes, all these enemies, you are now my problem. Interesting. Well, that's extremely interesting. I think... because this one was locked behind the mini-boss, I think, so... how many subs for Adam to sing that in the Louvre? Wolfie, you gotta get me... like, you gotta pay for the plane ticket to France for that. Grade 2 Will to Live. Meh. I have one grade 3 module, don't I? Long Infusion. Huh. Getting me to France is the hard part. It's not cheap to get plane tickets. Even now that it's getting out of tourist season, it is not super cheap to get tickets. But also that would be very funny, I won't lie. Oh, well, that was art robbery. Chat, we just committed theft. We just committed theft of art. Which, admittedly, what do you think the odds are that they acquired this statue legally? Who is it even a statue of? It doesn't look classical. Well, maybe it does look classical. Maybe I'm just getting confused by the hand being like this. But right, luckily this is not Napoleonic conquests. That's next generations of the next generation of the Louvre's collections is going to be that. But after that, Yeah. Oh, by the way, you know what I said that I wish they would do? As I'm looking at this portrait of Raymond, I wonder if that's exactly what they did do. If they commissioned a portraiture of um of their designs for the characters in the game, and they're using that as their display art, which is why their portrait of Marie Antoinette looks exactly like the in-game model. See, I had been assuming that they were basing the character designs off of the portraits. I'm starting to think it's the other way around, because they're all posed on exactly the same background. So I think that might actually be concept art. Ooh. Jerk. Hooray. So much boat traffic. Which is another thing I really like about this. In many ways, it seems like the design of these characters, or of these levels, is really absolutely dominated by the set. Ow. Ow. Jerk. Right. Or they all happen to go to the same studio and we're just very avant-garde. Yes. Indeed. Right. Because I'm sure the King of France and Julien Raymond definitely were going through the same circles to identify when and where they have the same painter to sit for and get posed very similarly. 100% chance. No foolery there. One of these guys. Gar. Oh great, this puts us all the way back at the very beginning. Incredible. We are back at the very beginning. And you know what that means, chat? I think this is where we end up leaving it off for the day. Because we have successfully made it back to the very beginning. We survived, we beat one full boss and another mini boss. And all in all, had a very successful day full of very historical figures. And full of some historical talk and a lot of me being bad at words. But that is okay. We shall level up and we shall commit everything else to next time. Maybe I want more. I mean, there's a lot of things I want more. Dying less is nice. But I think that is the right call. Alright, so, as always, thank you everyone so much for watching. This was fun. I enjoyed this. I'm enjoying the fashion. I'm enjoying all the historical figures. We'll do some more. I'll do some actual looking into the Louvre before next time, so we can talk more competently about it and what it's actually doing in this period. Because knowing that that's what's coming up is good to know. But yeah, big thanks to all of our patrons listed here who make this possible. If you want to join them, head over to patreon.com/ludohistory. Otherwise, we will be back on Sunday, and so make sure you are followed to be notified when exactly that's going to happen. Until next time, everyone have a good night. And yeah, this has been Steelrising. I had a lovely time today. Alright, bye-bye.